Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We're joined again by Tim Williams from Dupage Home Service, and he's also a certified age-in-place specialist. That's important. Tell us a little bit about what got you involved with getting involved with CAPS and thinking about aging in place.
Actually, it was my business manager that initially brought the idea to me, and I kind of listened, and it went in one ear and out the other for nearly a year. And one day I woke up and said, hey, you know what? CAPS is a good idea, and I'll bet that's an emerging market. We should get involved in that. So we did.
Well, I do think it's an emerging market. We have a larger senior population than ever, and now we think we all want to stay in our homes. It's more comfortable, more familiar, but sometimes the home we built or the home we're in may not meet all of our needs. So talk to me a little bit about when you're looking, what are some of the needs that you're seeing for this?
Well, most people, the home they're living in, they bought when their kids were young and they were a young family. Mm-hmm. And now you have a husband and wife that are empty nesters, and their needs have changed. You know, one of the two is going to have a mobility issue or some other type of physical limitation. And you're right; they want to stay in the house. And I understand that. So it's our job to work with them to make the house accessible for them as they age.
What are say the top 3 or 5 things that you go into the home and you improve and make more secure?
Grab bars are probably number one.
In the bathroom and maybe from the garage to the home.
Yes.
Other places.
Yes.
Not just for bathrooms.
Yeah. Any place where people are going to have an issue getting from a seated position to a standing position. Or they just need extra help with balancing themselves, like in the shower. We also take out a lot of bathtubs and build custom showers that are low enough so that people can step into or take a wheelchair into as well.
I had not thought about that.
Yeah. A lot of it is widening doorways to make them wheelchair accessible. Doorways are not typically made to be able to get a wheelchair in and out and maneuver around. We can help with that. Those are probably the top 3.
And those are top 3 big issues that keep that home safe and keep them safe in their home.
Yes.
What made you get the certification? Why is it important that you are certified in this?
Well, you always want to have someone who's been trained to do whatever it is that they're doing for you. I know the training that I took through the National Association of Home Builders was absolutely fantastic, and it really covered much more than I envisioned CAPS was when I went there. I came away with a whole different understanding than I went in with, and I think I've changed I think that's affected the way I approach it now. I listen a lot more to people because I want to find out not only what is the issue now, but what is the issue going to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And maybe we can address that on the front side, and then as the physical condition changes, the house is ready for them.
Right, and not only do you want to listen for what their physical changes are, but often because their mobility is impacted, they can't do general home maintenance, or they don't think about smoke detectors or things like that, or light bulb changing. And I would imagine because of Dupage Home Service, you can help them that way as well.
Absolutely. We'll come out, we'll change the batteries, we'll change the light bulbs. If you need it, you give us a call, we'll come a-running.
Because one of the things with older homes is a little bit of updating too, from incandescent to compact fluorescent or better, or just things they bought 20 years ago now are falling apart.
Well, yeah, everything gets old, including us.
Yes.
And so, yeah, when it's time to do the simple repair, we'll do that. If it's time for the stair lift, sorry to hear that, but we'll do that for you too.
Well, and that's important. And how do people find out, or how do you find out that somebody has a specific need for aging in place? Who usually calls you?
Well, we're usually contacted by family members who have been given an alert by an in-home caregiver that this is on the horizon, and it's going to need to be addressed now, and it's better to do it now than later.
And I think lots of people, we weigh options as we, are aging and retired about, is it easier to adapt our home, or maybe it's time to sell that home and move? Financing-wise, how have you figured out with aging in place these types of renovations to the home? How are they pricing out versus, making that big decision?
Well, they can be from very small to rather large, depending on the needs of the people. We do have some financing that's available. Medicare will also cover a lot of these things, depending on what they are and if you can get a doctor to sign off on it. So we don't want money to be the inhibitor to people being able to stay in their home and live comfortably.
There's something about staying in the home that you raised your family in, and that makes that whole process and the person a little bit more comfortable.
It's more psychological than anything, but yes, people like that. People want to stay in their homes, and I understand that. And I kind of take that personally now. Whatever we have to do to be able to accommodate you, let's do it.
And I think that's great. And I think that goes to the philosophy that your company, Dupage Home Service, has, which is you're part of the team. It's a relationship. It's more than just fixing something. It's making you comfortable in your home.
Yeah, I'm really just there to assess what you need and make it happen for you. If you need to be able to get into the bathtub and you can't get in, I'll come up with a solution for you, and we'll just take care of whatever it is.
Well, that's awesome. And Tim, so appreciate you being sensitive to that, getting the certification for that. Not as only an emerging market, but I think it also is just a nice fit for you in general, because you just have a big heart. So we appreciate that.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.